Hello, everybody. Welcome to our CakeFu Master series. Today we have a really awesome guest with us today. Her name is Amber Spiegel. She is the owner of Sweet Am's, and she's got a really fun past and a really very talented. I really love the cleanness of her work. I think that's one thing that sets you apart from everybody else, Amber, is the exactness and preciseness that you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. And welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right. Well, we'll start off and talk a little bit about you and hopefully get everybody to know who you are and what you're all about.
Okay.
So yeah, you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you've done through your past, how you got into cake decorating.
Yeah, okay. So I grew up in Kingston, New York, which is about 90 miles north of New York City. Basically, everybody in my family is either a business owner or an artist, so I knew pretty early on that I would somehow follow in their footsteps. I took a few detours along the way. So after high school, I went to Ithaca College and I got my bachelor's degree in business administration. And when I was in my junior year, I decided that I wanted to bake professionally. So I started baking for all of my roommates and became completely obsessed with food and trying out recipes. So then after graduation, I applied to the Culinary Institute of America, which is in Hyde Park, New York, and it's only a 40-minute drive from where I'm from, so that was very convenient. Before you can go to school there, when I was going, they would require that you have 6 months of experience working in a professional food environment. So before I enrolled, I worked at a local bakery for free until I completed that requirement. And then I got into the school and I spent 21 months there. I got my associate's degree in baking and pastry arts. And I graduated in October of 2007. So right after that, I worked at another small bakery in my area, and then I moved to Atlanta for a while just for something new, and I was working at a wholesale bakery, and it was really good experience, but I wasn't feeling very challenged. So then I moved back up to New York, and that's when I actually started making cookies. So right after I started doing that for fun, my mom actually told me about Etsy, which is an online marketplace for handmade goods. So she suggested that I open up a shop, and I did, and that went well.
That's really that's a great way to get started if you're just doing
it's great.
Smaller things.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, it's really nice. So I did that for a while, and then about a year before that, I had entered into a Wilton cake decorating contest, and then it was around this time that I found out that I had won the grand prize. And the grand prize was a trip to go out to the headquarters, which is outside of Chicago, to take their master course, which is a 2-week course. So I went out there, and while I was there, I had the opportunity to give my resume to the decorating room supervisor. And the decorating room is the place where they make all of their cakes and their cookies for product packaging and for their publications, like the yearbook.
A cool room.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
So much fun. It's really, if you ever have a chance to visit, it's a really great space to visit. They give, if you take the class, they give tours of the decorating room. So if you ever have a chance, it's a really fun place. So then some time passed, and I moved out to Chicago because I had some friends and family there, and I was continuing with my Etsy shop. And then about 6 months after that, I was hired in the decorating room. and I worked there for about a year and a half. And then I sort of got restless and decided I wanted to work for myself. And so I came back to New York, and I lived with my parents for about another year while I got things going. And then I started Sweet Am's. So
awesome. So Sweet Am's is an actual physical shop though, right?
Yeah, I have a little bakery. It's very tiny, but it's perfect for what I'm doing here. So,
awesome.
And I should mention that before I started, I actually opened the business. I took a class from Mimi Fix, and you actually had Mimi on a few weeks ago.
Did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I took her class about starting and running a home-based food business, and I didn't go the route of starting a home-based business, but the class was really, really helpful. And,
that's good.
So I could get all the information on how to do this.
That's great. She has a lot of really good information, so I'm sure it'll give you a really good start into things. That's great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And so you're there in New York again, right? And in Kingston?
Kingston, yeah.
Okay. And your shop is there in Kingston. So if anyone's close by, you should go and check her out.
Yeah.
Good stuff.